Hey guys, it's Jesse with the final journal entry. Yeah, awesome. I hope you're all having a good Thanksgiving break. I know I am. Um, I got a little sick. One of my coworkers um, last week gave me some kind of cold, but it's not too bad. I hope it just goes away soon. But other than that, I'm having a great time. Got a new TV right there. Shouldn't have spent the money, but I did. So yeah. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about my lesson coming up on Thursday, and I want to talk a little bit about discipline in light of the book reviews we did. So yeah, like I said, coming up on Thursday, I'm gonna have my lesson. I'm a little nervous. My cooperating teacher told me that I will be doing end behavior, which isn't something that's particularly difficult to teach. It's just for a little background, it's kind of you have an equation, whether it be a straight line, a linear function, or a parabola, something like that. And we kind of look at what happens when x gets really, really big and what happens when x is really, really small. So that's what end behavior is all about. It's in the polynomials unit. So I'm not too worried about the content, but I'm just worried about kind of the students. I've only observed this particular class a couple times, so I don't really have any sort of classroom culture built up at all, as some of you do because you've been there the whole semester. No excuses though. I mean, I'll do fine. I just I don't have any background with these students. I don't know them I don't know any of their names. So so yeah, it'll be interesting. Um, but like I said, the content's not too bad, so it should go pretty well. But I was kind of thinking about a lot about discipline recently, and kind of what kind of disciplinarian do I want to be as a teacher? And I think that for a lot of us, it's going to come down to trial and error. Some of us are going to be more comfortable with setting up strict guidelines and enforcing them and being more of an authoritarian figure, while some of us are going to be more comfortable with kind of going beyond discipline, as they say, which is cool. I like that. But I just don't know. It's something that I'm really not that good at right now. I have a lot of experience tutoring, teaching one on one, but you don't really run into discipline a lot in that area. I feel like students, when you're one on one with them, they're a lot less likely to act out because there's no one around them to watch them, there's no one to show off for. Um, and yeah, so I don't know. I think that I just don't have any experience really with disciplining children. Not that you need it, but I don't really have a big family, so I don't have any like younger cousins or anything like that that I've had a chance to interact with. So it's kind of that's probably the one thing that I'm worried about the most. As far as all the things we've talked about in classroom management, I think setting up an ideal classroom culture and developing the way that I want to discipline as a teacher is going to be the most difficult for me. I tend to want to be a nice guy. Um, which can work. I mean, like we were talking about with the beyond discipline thing, I mean, you don't need to hammer these kids to get them to do what you want. You kind of need to go above and beyond and, set up the classroom culture that enables these students to want to listen. Um, there's always outliers, but I don't know. I think that that's something that's going to be the hardest. So far, I haven't really had any trouble with like lesson planning. I feel like that goes pretty smoothly. I don't know if that's for math or if you guys feel that as well, but it goes pretty smoothly for me. So yeah, I mean, I think setting up expectations will be pretty easy, but again, I think that's a trial and error thing. One year you might try something, the next year you might realize, well, this worked really well, so let's do that again, but we're going to change this. Um, so yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that and kind of who do I want to be as a teacher when I get into the field. Um, so yeah, I guess a little bit about my placement. I'm still having a great time. I'm getting a lot of respect, and it's been fun. Last week, I actually shadowed one of my students. I tutor him privately, but he goes to Lakewood, so I had a chance to meet with him and just kind of hang out with him during. for a couple hours. I think I spent 4 hours, 4.5 hours with him. I helped him with math that he had to do. I helped him out in the engineering lab. I got to see all these cool 3D printers. They have a $60,000 3D printer in this place, and it's insane. They have a lot of resources. They were telling me that they're one of the only schools in the state with this program, and they have all these 3D printers. They have small ones that are like maybe this big by this big, and they're really cool. They're like $300 machines, and the kids just get to go in there and do, they have to pay if they want to do something for their own, but if they do a project or something, all the printing's free and all that. So I thought that was really cool. I had a lot of fun. Um, and then I also spent some time just tutoring. It was a credit recovery program, so I spent a lot of time in there. I needed some more volunteer hours, so I spent the whole day on Friday getting those done. So that was good. But it was a lot of fun. I love to tutor. I like kind of doing the one-on-one thing. Um, I tend to do really well in that. And so I hope I can kind of take those skills and apply it to the whole classroom culture. So yeah, we'll keep this one short. Like I said, worried a little bit about discipline. I want to kind of decide before I get into this class what kind of teacher I want to be. So I'm going to kind of try to be thinking about that. Little nervous for my lesson on Thursday, but I know it'll go well. Just go with the flow, be yourself. Um, Content's not too bad. So, and then I had a lot of fun last week on Friday. Spent a lot of time with one of my students, hung out with him, shadowed him, had lunch with him, just walked around, hung out, kind of put myself back into the high schooler's shoes. That was a lot of fun. And then I did some tutoring. So things are going really well. Again, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving break. Um, Hope you had a lot of turkey, and enjoy those last 2 days before it gets. Maybe it's going to get cold again. I don't know. Hopefully not. But we'll see you guys on Monday. See ya.